any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of
He's just I have no use for him.
All right, y'all can hop out of the vehicle.
I'm not getting out the fucking.
What's up, everybody? In today's video, we have a spoiled brat who drives off on the officers, gets busted a few minutes later, and has a complete temper tantrum. But first, I want to show you this judge. And let me just say that her behavior was concerning, to say the least. Luckily, she got removed from power. Take a look at this.
We begin tonight with a judge who makes life-altering decisions for families and those with disabilities, now accused of making racist comments and using shocking, derogatory language. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Mike Duffy. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us now with more about why an Oakland County probate judge has been removed from her docket. Heather?
Mike, a high-ranking probate court official says he's been recording Judge Kathleen Ryan's statements for years. Even though probate court administrator Edward Hutton says he's been harassed by Judge Ryan, he says he does not want this to be about him. Hutton says he's coming forward now because he wants to protect the people who have to face Judge Ryan in the courtroom.
The Honorable Kathleen A. Ryan presiding.
Good morning. You may be seated.
After more than 13 years on the bench, Oakland County Chief Probate Pro Tem Judge Kathleen Ryan is out of her courtroom. Chief Probate Judge Linda Hallmark removed Judge Ryan from her docket last week, announcing that a complaint about internal allegations of unprofessional conduct was sent to the Judicial Tenure Commission. Judge Ryan was arrested in 2021 for domestic violence, but those charges were later dismissed.
So I guess that was the first red flag. You know, a judge getting arrested, that's not good. But there is the presumption of innocence, innocent until proven guilty. And in this case, turns out the charges were dismissed. So we can't hold that up against her, right? Well, it turns out that was just the tip of the iceberg.
And now she's back in the headlines.
Well, if you're black from any other country, you're doing way better. If you're an American black person, then you're a lazy piece of.
The 7 investigators have obtained the recordings that county officials say prompted Judge Ryan's removal.
He's just I have no use for him.
She's made it a living hell in the past 6 years. I mean, it's been terrible. It's cost me relationships. I think it's affected my health. Can't sleep.
Attorney Edward Hutton is the Oakland County Probate Court Administrator. He's in charge of running everything that's not under the judge's purview inside one of the state's largest probate courts. Hutton alleges Judge Ryan has been calling him both during work and after hours for years. And Hutton says during those hours and hours of calls, Judge Ryan said highly inappropriate things.
Why did you start recording the calls?
I just felt like it wasn't going to change. Nothing's manipulated in it. It's conversations that I was a part of, and I'm absolutely willing to testify to the authenticity of every single one of them.
I can honestly say that. Okay, I'm not systemically racist. I'm a new racist. I never was, but now I am because you're shoving the down my throat and making allegations that you don't know about. You're telling me who I am, and you've never met me. You. You.
Hutton says the judge also used homophobic slurs about other elected officials.
You know.
And that's not all.
A lot of times they were conversations about sexual encounters that she's having with various individuals. I mean, in intimate detail.
Hutton says for years he felt like he had to play along, and he says for years he was afraid to speak up.
I didn't want to lose my job, and I didn't want to be in her crosshairs. It's such a David and Goliath situation. I don't have the power. I'm not elected. I could get fired tomorrow.
And that's the thing. This probate judge was on a complete power trip. She thought that she was untouchable. Nothing would ever happen to her. She obviously had this man completely terrified to speak about it, but eventually he did, which was the right thing to do, and very courageous because he was exposing himself to losing everything he had.
On May 24th, Hutton says he sent Chief Judge Linda Hallmark a notice of sexual harassment.
For 3 months, nothing happened.
That's why on August 22nd, Hutton says he decided to send the recordings to the Chief Justice of the State Supreme Court, Oakland County Executive David Coulter, and other public officials. And he also contacted me.
I just want to make it right. I haven't filed a lawsuit. I'm not looking for a payday. I want to keep my job and do it in peace. And I want the people in Oakland County that come to court to get a fair shake, to have their day in court, to have an unbiased trier of fact.
In that email, Hutton said Judge Ryan, quote, has vocalized her hate and contempt for various protected groups. Once the recordings were shared with those state and county officials, Judge Ryan was removed from her docket. In a statement, County Executive Coulter said, quote, there is absolutely no place for harassment of any kind or for racist or homophobic language by anyone at Oakland County, especially by someone the public must be confident will act fairly and impartially. The alleged conduct and abhorrent comments made by Judge Ryan merited her removal from the probate court docket pending further investigation.
Is Judge Ryan fit to be on the bench?
Absolutely not. Nobody with that much hate in their heart for certain people or certain groups of people, I don't believe that they could possibly make fair, unbiased decisions regarding them.
And that's the thing. If this was just an ordinary citizen, no one would bat an eye because you're allowed to be racist. You're allowed to be homophobic. That's called the First Amendment. However, she is in a position of power. So a probate judge handles wills and estates and stuff like that. So if she sees a white person and a black person, automatically she's going to want to preference the white person because she's just incredibly racist. So someone like that should not be in a position of power.
I did reach out to Judge Kathleen Ryan to talk to her about this. Her attorneys sent me this statement that says, quote, we respect the authority of the Michigan Supreme Court. However, we look forward to vindicating Judge Ryan in the appropriate forum. I also spoke to probate judge Daniel O'Brien. He says Judge Ryan's friends are supporting her and believe these statements are totally out of character for her.
All right, certainly a lot here, but what's next with the Judicial Tenure Commission?
Well, they cannot confirm or deny whether they are pursuing an investigation. There has been some reporting that suggested that the complaint against the judge involved an inappropriate personal relationship. Hutton says that is not true. He says there was no physical contact. This was strictly a sexual harassment complaint about her alleged comments that started all of this. But again, he says the bigger issue here is what the judge says about people in protected classes, and he's hoping that that is what the JTC will focus on. So everybody's just sort of waiting to see what they will do.
And wait, they did. It took almost a year and a half for there to be any movement in this case. So automatically, right off the bat, she got suspended with pay. So the taxpayers were still paying her to do absolutely nothing at home. But a year and a half later, there was finally a resolution in this case.
That breaking news from the 7 investigators. A local judge accused of making racist and homophobic comments is vacating her position after being removed from her docket more than a year ago.
It's a story the 7 investigators first broke in September of 2024. 7 investigator Heather Catallo is here with what she has learned.
This has been a long process. You'll recall we revealed recordings of Judge Kathleen Ryan making some shocking statements. Judge Ryan has essentially been on paid leave for 15 months and once described herself in those recordings as untouchable. The Judicial Tenure Commission has been investigating this for more than a year, but they did not take action against her. Her lawyers confirming to me late today that she is retiring, and the vacancy for her position has already been posted by the governor's office for potential candidates to apply for an appointment to the bench.
So the good news is that essentially she was forced to resign. So she will not have a job like that ever again, and she completely destroyed her reputation and credibility. Unfortunately, the big problem is that she made a shit ton of money while she was sitting at home for absolutely no reason. They should have fired her day one, not have the taxpayers pay her salary while she's doing nothing. And you know what's the biggest problem? While that was happening, the taxpayers also had to pay for a second judge to handle her docket.
Ryan has been paid for the last 15 months while she was out of the courthouse, and taxpayers have been footing the bill for visiting judges to handle her docket. Now her lawyers say she is retiring and leaving the bench.
Judicial Tenure Commission investigations are not public unless they reach the point of the JTC filing formal charges. Again, that did not happen in this case, so the results of that will not be made public. Now, meanwhile, I did speak with one of Judge Ryan's colleagues, Judge Daniel A. O'Brien. He said Judge Ryan was a good judge, and he expressed frustration that the court was left with visiting judges for so long while the JTC investigated, saying that really left a lot of cases not having continuity. So at least there's some resolution. She's retiring.
At least, and I'm sure a lot of people who have been in front of her are going back in their memories and going, wow.
Did I get a fair shake? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
That's a very good question. Now, everybody that has been in front of her is going to look back and ask themselves, wait a minute, did I get screwed over because of my skin color? Anyways, let's move on to the next video. We do have a spoiled brat who does the worst decision ever. Take a look at this.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, do you have your license?
No, ma'am, my house is right up the road.
Do you have do you have your registration, proof of insurance?
No, ma'am, I don't have it. This is my mom's car. She just gave it to me. Move my stuff from my apartment to her house.
Alrighty, let me get your name and date of birth. Alrighty, what's your first name?
Maya.
Can you spell that for me?
M-A-Y-A.
M-A-Y-A.
My last name.
N-G.
N-E.
N-E. And your date of birth?
4.
Alrighty, so the reason we pulled you over is we didn't see a seatbelt whenever we passed by you.
Okay.
And so that's the reason for this pullover, but we're going to go over your information and we'll be right back with you, alright?
Okay.
So do you have a license, yes or
No,
no?
ma'am, I don't have anything on me. I'm literally just moving down the road, moving my stuff.
All right, y'all can hop out of the vehicle.
I'm not getting out the fucking vehicle.
Bravo, what county?
So at this point, the cops have two choices: turn on their lights and do a chase and try to get to her, or they can just show up to her house in a few minutes because they already know who she is. They already ran the tag. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that that is the safest option, and that's what they did.
What's going on?
Hello?
We need Maya to step outside, please.
I don't know where
She just ran from us on a traffic stop.
Oh my God! I don't know where she went to.
She just inside. I just saw her walk inside.
That was Mia.
No, there's two of them.
Wait, hold on. Where's Maya?
She's filming the window right here.
Her mom. Maya, hands on your back.
Really? Because they pulled me over for not wearing a seatbelt. Yeah, well, I had my seatbelt on, so they pulled me over for no fucking reason. You see, I'm fucking moving my shit. All y'all bitches searching my fucking house. Don't be looking around my fucking shit. Don't be looking around my fucking shit. Y'all like I got a search warrant for this bitch. You don't. You can't look through none of my shit. That's my shit on my fucking property. I paid a property tax on that. Can't go through my shit. Get my shit out the back of that truck right fucking now. I'm a bitch.
Don't you kick me. Don't you kick me. Don't you kick me, ma'am.
They're trying to get my shit out the back of the truck. That's why. Because y'all can't search my shit. That's on my property. You don't have a search warrant. You don't have a search warrant. You don't have a search warrant. And y'all pulled me over for no fucking reason.
Well,
Talking about I didn't have a seatbelt. Talking about I didn't have a seatbelt. Y'all had that
Just a
on.
little bit, okay? Just a hair. Yes, ma'am. 25 feet. Halo law.
No, you a bitch. You don't know shit about no fucking law. You don't know a fucking thing about no fucking law. Swear you know shit about the fucking law.
If y'all want to get anything off the bed of the truck, go ahead and do it now. That's going to be towed.
You can't tow my fucking car.
You
can't.
used it for fleeing to elude. We're towing
You
it.
didn't tow my car. You didn't tow my fucking car, and I didn't flee it in the loop. You pulled me
drove
over
off
for
from the
no
traffic stop,
seatbelt.
right?
You're a bald head with nothing. Nothing in your fucking life. They got 3 officers out in this bitch talking about I was fleeing in the loop.
How much of a brain-dead moron do you have to be to do all of this over a seatbelt ticket? Like, it's not that serious, lady. You could have been home already without any consequences, but instead, you decide to make some life-altering decisions that are going to follow you for years and years.
Get my glasses. Hey, somebody come get my glasses.
Do you want them to go to jail with you?
Cause they just broke my glasses.
Do you want them to go to jail with you?
They get my glasses. Hand it to them.
I've got them right.
Hand them my glasses.
They're right here in my
Hand them
hand.
my glasses. Y'all see I've been moving all day. Y'all said y'all tried to do that stupid shit. Weak ass, bro. Gotta do all this stuff carrying me when I could have won.
Not when you're gonna kick us.
I didn't even kick you, bitch. That's the crazy part. I pushed you off of me. Talking about a kick.
All right, stand up. All right, get him.
Oh, I don't know what am I gonna hop in that.
Have a seat.
How am I having a seat in here?
Have a seat.
I can barely pull my stuff up talking about having a seat.
Okay. Let's go in. It was used in a crime. She drove off from a lawful traffic stop. It was used in a crime. We are towing it.
That's what I'm saying. They talking about throwing the truck into more stuff. Hold on, let me get my stuff off the back of the truck.
Go ahead. I already told you to.
Now that's funny. She's recording them. I'm assuming she'll put it on TikTok to try to make them look like the bad people here. But she literally fled from a traffic stop over a seatbelt violation. Like, what are you smoking? Anyways, people will believe anything on TikTok. I'm sure some people will try to do some mental gymnastics to think the cops were in the wrong here.
You were worried about filming us or getting your stuff off? Because as soon as the tow truck gets here, it's done.
I gotta make sure this gets
That's okay. It's all recorded on all of our body cameras.
Yeah, I bet it is.
That should go to jail with her. Like, this is freaking SP, bro. She drove off from a lawful traffic stop. I don't know what to tell you.
But it's not even her vehicle.
But still, she used it.
All right, so she was charged with fleeing, resisting arrest, and 2 counts of battery on a police officer. Now, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.